Hey gangsters, I know in a world full of scammers, it's really hard to trust that what people say is factual. So with Erase Your Record, I want to show y'all some historical documents. So what I want to do really quick, and I'm going to zoom out as much as I can so you all can see the whole document, but specifically zoom in on dates. Like this is August 27th, 2004. And this is a conversation with myself and an individual from the Harris County DA's office. So as you all can see, I'm talking back and forth with this individual, and the black lines is because I redacted their names, the identity, because at times there are people in certain offices that I personally feel, and I say this from the bottom of my heart because I've worked with the Harris County, Houston, and Texas justice system since 1993. You will get individuals who overly help, and you will get individuals who don't want to be any help at all, when all of us do is serve the people. And I think for some reason individuals forget. But anyway, this email, it starts right here at number 1. And well, the conversation started previous to this, but the individual is responding to me. And as you can see, this Aspire, that's my sorority name, right here, August 27, 2004 at 1:26 p.m. We are talking about petition for expunction form. So we go back and forth, and this is this individual right here responding to me because we had been in dialogue. And right here you'll find me responding back to the individual at the Harris County DA's office in 2004, seeking knowledge to be able to help the people. And I'm going to tell you what's crazy about this. At this time, I was still actively policing, and I got called to the carpet by my lieutenant because he told me when he found out what I did, what I was doing, he said that it's not so much against policy, but let me break it down to you all just like he broke it down to me. If you are arresting people, why are you trying to free them too? And that's how he broke it down to me. I didn't have a true answer for him. All I knew at that time was how God was ordering my steps, and all I could do is do what God was telling me to do. I was still doing my job in excellency because that's who I am, but I also knew what God had called me to. And it was a hard space to be. That's all I can say. But anyway, you all, you can see the conversation is going on. I'm thanking the individual. The individual is thanking me. And let's see. Again, I'm going to zoom out so you can, at your own leisure, read the whole conversation. And that's just page 1. Here is page 2, where our conversation goes on, and I'm still asking questions, and this individual is still responding to me. Still August 27th. Now it's 3:37 at the time of this dialogue. Let me zoom out so you can stop and read it. Okay. The conversation goes on between me and this individual. Let's see, and I will zoom out. Conversation goes on. As you can see, Harris County District Attorney, General Litigation. Page 4. Zoom out so you can read it. Pause and read it. And this is page 5, which there was more conversation, but a lot of the information I lost because we are in 2025 and this conversation right here, remember it started it started a little bit before August, but you saw the paperwork or the emails from August of 2004. Here we are, still in conversation. Now it's October the 18th, 2004, 1:57 p.m. There's number one. October 18th, 2004, 4:27 a.m. You see, that's how much I want you all to succeed. I was up in conversation at 4:27 a.m. and that's 1:57 p.m. So that is the conversation I was able to find, because you all, it came a time that I wanted to leave this alone because I couldn't understand how, first of all, I was catching flack, like I told you, from my department. But then I was doing this because I want my people. And when I say my people, I'm talking about anyone, everyone, no matter your skin, your race, your etc., etc., etc. Anyone dealing with the Harris County, Houston, or Texas justice system, I want you all to win. And so I was in the middle of this. But anyway, I went on and I got a DBA and I made this official. And you all see Legal Gangsta. This address right here, you all, it's in the 4-4. Now my office is currently in Greenspoint, but at this time my office was right down West Montgomery Road. And the date is 2004, September 21st, 2004. So you all, this right here is 21 years ago. I'm not new to this. I'm true to this. And if I hadn't been doing something right, I wouldn't still be here. But I know this is what God called me to do. So then I created the CD to help you all. And this is literally a CD. I created the CD. Let me see if I can find a date on here. Yep, look right here, you all. Copyright 2005. And at that time, I called the business, well, the name of the business was Erase My Record. So, erase your arrest or criminal record. And it was just $39.99. And you know who allowed me to sell this disc? I was still policing. And Big O from Music Depot, right there in Northline Mall. This is where my CDs were. You can get in touch with him because he's such an amazing guy. But he allowed me to sell it right there at Music Depot, right out of his store. So, and for those who didn't want to get the CD, I had the first guide, you all. This was the first guide. I don't think it's no date on here, but you can see that's when the business was called Erase My Record. Erase My Record. You all see this? Oh yeah, right here. Erase My Record founder. That's me, Sean Lacey. An ex-police officer, has been featured on ABC 13, Fox 26, WB Channel 39, 97.9 The Box, 95.7 The Wave, and I think 95.7 The Wave maybe stopped airing around 2003, 2004, somewhere around there, and Party 104.9. Right here, when I wrote this, at the time I was an ex-police officer, because I was dealing with what I had already previously gotten in, I'm going to say, in trouble about, or problems about, and that was policing, and like my lieutenant said, like trying to lock people up or locking people up, and then this thing with setting them free, said it was a contradiction. And you know, it's other things, but I temporarily did stop policing, but then I went back into policing. Okay, and as you all can see, I just printed this like this, but table of contents, information, more information, Lots more information. I even have example petitions in here. More information. Anyway, it just goes on and on and on. More example petitions. And this was the first culmination of all the research that had been done to bring this information to you all. So again, just more information. It's talking about ID theft 2003. The worksheet. This is a little bit off because I just printed it because I wanted to have it for my own records, but this is not exactly what it looked like when individuals got the guide. And now I'm gonna get ready to end this, but this is the evolution of it all, and this is the current guide. And right now, since the Texas legislature just finished its 89th regular session, they did call a special session afterwards, but for sure, the 89th regular session, there's a few updates that I'm adding to this guide. But this is the new guide, and this is what you will be working with. And this is the culmination of years and years and years of research. So I'm going to end for real. Yeah, see, I'm just updating a few things to make sure you all have the most current information. And go to the website. This is an example of a petition. Go to my website at Erase Yo Record, ERASEYORECORD, and you will see that to do this, and this is not legal advice, but to do this, you do not need an attorney. And I put on the website why you don't need an attorney and how one person can purchase this guide for only $97 compared to hiring a private attorney for $1,000+ You can purchase this one guide, and this one guide will not only allow you to erase or seal, erase, expunge, it's the same word, erase or seal one offense that's on your record, but you can do as many of the offenses that's on your record that qualifies to be expunged or sealed, erased or sealed. And then not only will it help you, you can use it and you can help your tribe, you can help your family, you can help your friends. What I want you to do, like the saying says, I don't want you to just have the fish. I want to teach you how to fish so you can constantly eat. I don't want you to just take this and eat this one fish just for yourself. If you purchase the guide, you can feed everyone. You can help everyone around you. All right. This is Sean Lacey, aka Ms. Officer, and I'm signing out. Go to eraseyourrecord.com and get your guide, and also check out legalgangsta.com. That's legal dash gangsta is spelled GANGSTA.com, and it's your portal for all things justice related. Houston, Harris County, Texas. All right. Love you, Gangsta. Love you, Houston. Have a beautiful and wonderful day. This is Sean Lacey, aka Ms. Officer, and I am signing out. Bye-bye. The first thing I ever did with Erase Your Record was this CD. Y'all know CDs don't even exist like that anymore. I mean, they still do, but we don't use them like that anymore. This was the CD, and this was from 2005. And at that time, it was Erase My Record. Okay, and it had the kit on there. But I want to show you all the progress since then. This is my current DBA for Erase Your Record. And it is October 22 to October 32. The one before this, Erase Your Record, October 12th, 2012 through 2022. And this is Legal Gangsta. This is my business was on West Montgomery. And the filing date for this was September 21st, 2004. So, been doing this for a long time. Just notes, work, studying that I've done over the years that culminated in this. And I'm going to get to this just in a moment. This is a book full of research. Oh, this right here, you all saw the disc, but this was the actual first guide right here. And this was from 2003. This was the actual first guide. And it has evolved so much since then. But this was the first guide. So, again, this was one of the first books of research, first CD, first guide, first book of research. This right here, more research. I need you all to understand that what I do is not something that's fly by night. Years of research, long days, long nights, but this is because I truly want to see you all win, and I want life to be better for you all. And this just goes on and on and on. Research, research, research. Step 2 of the guide. Research. Putting this information together for you all. That's the wind blowing the pages, you all. Right, the fan, I should say. Research, research, research. And I know I keep saying research, but y'all, a lot of research went into this. Years of research. It just goes on and on and on. And all this, I'm going to show you all what it all culminated to. Step 2, I'm going to close that book. This one, as you all can see, there's different steps of the guide. Steps 1, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Step 2 of the guide. Steps 3 and 4. Research. I wrote this, first of all, by God's grace and Him giving me this calling on my life. But after that, the dedication, the drive, and all of that came from me over the years, seeing what people go through when dealing with arrest, the aftermath of arrest. During arrest, but definitely the things that come after being arrested. Just loving people. Like each one of you all are my own family member. So this right here was more research. Putting these guides together. When I used to go lecture, I used to give these out. So just a lot more research. And then after, from here to here, this was my little template. As you all can see, the size compared to the regular size. This was my little book. Oh. My little mock-up of what, in my mind, a full-size guide would look like. So with this is what I did for my little mock-up. But this is not all the pages. So when everything was finally compiled into an actual guide, get this out of the way. This is I took this and turned it into this. I went and had it bound because I was trying to figure out how did I want have the guide bound, because I wanted it to be easy for you all to be able to use it, and I knew a spiral bound would be the easiest way to lay it flat, so you all can just open and use it as you need it to. But even after I had this done, as you can see, this is just me printing it up, and that's a clear cover. But after me printing it up, I still had to go back and work up this final draft. And as I went through and I made corrections, I dated it and checked it, corrected, went through on each page, went through and made corrections and checked off. And anyway, made notes, and I went through and I did the entire guide just like that. Added more information, checked off, just went through. So when all this was said and done, after I went through and made all the corrections, what is it called? Just checking it, editing it, things of that nature. Checking for typos, sentence structure, incorrect spellings. Making sure that it flowed in an understandable way for you all. When I was finished with this, I was so proud. I was so proud at this point. But after I made those corrections and updated the guide, it was ready for press. Okay, so here's the guide after, from here, which started in 2003, all the way to here. Remember I showed you all the disc, And then I showed you all the official first guide, notes over the years, keeping up with law changes and things of that nature, researching, more research, my little mock-up to my first prototype to my first finished product, right? So my first finished product, I received it. I sent it to the print shop and I received it. Everything was correct. Everything was good. So I unboxed it. I opened it up. I was so excited. And this is what I got. It was printed improperly. And I was, I'm not gonna say devastated, but I was ready to see the culmination of the efforts, and everything was printed backwards. I was sad, but got with the printer and told the printer everything, and the printer reprinted it for me. And so here is the final work. Right here, this is the final guide. This is the guide that you all will get in your bundle. And not only will you get the physical guide, but you will get the digital guide that has all of this in it. And here it is, printed properly. A wealth of knowledge. So I want you all to kind of see the process. And with you all's bundle, keep in mind, not only do you get the physical guide, the digital guide, group support, or you also get video Zoom call support. Okay. And this is the actual physical guide that goes with the digital guide. For you to seal or expunge your Harris County criminal record and get your life back on the right path. And the beautiful thing about it is you can get this process started, and as we move into the new year, you will have that ball and chain of a criminal record off of your back, neck, life. You get some of the same things. Apartment in your name. You know, get your own car, get your own automobile, get loans, get those things that the criminal record has been keeping you from being able to do. And that is it. Legal Gangsta. That's your guide. And it does exactly what I prayed for it to do. Be able to lay flat so you can take your notes, access your information, fill out your petition, and start new. All right, this is Sean Lacey, aka Miss Officer, aka the Legal Gangster. Let's get started. God bless. Bye-bye.